for the support of the United Nations and counter-terrorism bodies to overcome terrorism in Nigeria. He made the appeal while addressing the virtual 75th session of the United Nations General Assembly through a pre-recorded video statement. President Buhari said Nigeria is still facing violent extremism from insurgents, describing terrorism as a harsh reality. Also, the federal government has put up for sale a jet in the presidential fleet, Hawker 4000 aircraft, its registration number 5N FGX RC066. The business-sized jet, which entered into service in December 2011, has capacity for 9 passengers and 3 crew. Findings indicate that only 73 Hawker 4000 aircraft were manufactured by Hawker Beechcraft between 2001 and 2013, and they were sold for $22.91 million each as of 2012. The federal government on Wednesday approved the sum of $1.9 million for the construction of a rail line that will link Nigeria to the Niger Republic. The rail line is expected to run from Kano through Katsina and will be linked with the Maradi rail line in the neighboring West African nation. This, however, is not the only contract approved for the Ministry of Transport. A 3.04 billion naira contract was also awarded for the design, manufacture, supply, testing and commissioning of one railway crane of 150-ton capacity for emergency and recovery of rolling stocks. The federal government will on Thursday meet again with the Nigeria Labour Congress NLC and Trade Union Congress TUC on the threat by the organized labour to proceed on an indefinite strike and protest over the hike in electricity tariffs and fuel pump price. The government is expected to unfold its palliative plans during the meeting, which would hold at the Banquet Hall, Presidential Villa, Abuja. The Deputy Director of Press and Public Relations, Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment, Charles Akpan, disclosed the meeting date on Wednesday. And meanwhile, ahead of the threat by the Nigerian Labour Congress NLC to resort to an industrial action to force the federal government to rescind its decision to hike oil and electricity prices in the country, the Nigeria Governors Forum NGF has resolved to hold an emergency meeting of all governors. The aim of the meeting is to seek ways of settling the rift between the government and the NLC, as well as to find a mutually agreed soft landing on amicable grounds. This was disclosed in a communique late on Wednesday by Abdulrazak Bello Bangido, spokesman for the Nigeria Governors Forum Secretariat. And elsewhere in Delta State, the state governor, Ifeanyi Okowa, has approved the reopening of primary and secondary schools in the state for the completion of the 2019-2020 academic session and the start of the 2020-2021 academic year. A statement signed by the State Commissioner for Basic and Secondary Education, Honorable Patrick Uka, on Wednesday said JSS1 and JSS2 students and their counterparts in SS1 and SS2 will resume on Monday, September 28, 2020, to enable them to commence their second term examinations, which will be concluded on 9th of October. The Commissioner said primaries 4 and 5 pupils will resume on October the 5th in order for them to write their second term examinations, which will also be concluded on October the 9th. And to the health sector, where the Nigeria Center for Disease Control NCDC says 149 COVID-19 patients have recovered from the infections across Nigeria in the last 24 hours, with the total number of successfully treated cases now 48,985. There are 111 new COVID-19 cases reported in 12 states, bringing the total number of confirmed cases in Nigeria to 57,724. The COVID-19 infections are recorded in Lagos, 31, Gombe and Kaduna 18 each, FCT 15, Rivers 14, Imo, Kwara and Oyo 3 each, Bayelsa and Ogun 2 each, Edo and Osun 1 each. Meanwhile, Nigeria recorded 2 COVID-19 deaths in the last 24 hours, with national death toll put at 1,102. Finally, on news update at 10, 5 students of the Kogi State Polytechnic Lokoja, 3 nursery school pupils and 15 others on Wednesday lost their lives in a road crash in Lokoja, Kogi State. The accident involving a petrol tanker conveying premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, happened around 8:30 a.m. in Felele along the Lokoja-Abuja highway. The fuel-laden tanker belonging to the Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) was said to have had brake failure and rammed into 5 cars, 2 motorcycles and 3 tricycles, killing the occupants. The tanker later burst into flames. Also, those who lost their lives include a businessman simply identified as Samson, his wife, and 3 children. And that's KUFM's news update at 10. I am God's Love Orlando, saying thanks for listening and good morning.